something is happening in our society that I think needs to be seriously addressed.
Most immersive.
The most immersive.
The most immersive.
Super immersive experience.
For PC, to fully immersive experiences all on one device.
Since the beginning of mass media, knowing or unknowingly, the idea of getting inside the machine has simply fascinated us. All around are promises of these immersive experiences, a chance to escape, disappear from our everyday lives, become someone new. In today's video, we're going to be diving deep into immersive gaming. We'll explore its history, understand its current popularity, and seek into what the future holds. Are you ready? Let's begin. "31 years ago, my brother and I got our first computer, the Commodore Amiga A1200. Now this machine didn't just start my journey into tech, it actually sparked my obsession with Cyberpunk and changed how I saw digital worlds forever. I craved games with maps, fat instruction manuals, even novels and weird trinkets. Why? Because they let me become part of the story. Whether it was building my dream football team, outsmarting a shady travel agent in some dystopian city, upgrading my cyber assassins, teaming up with an interdimensional alien buddy, these games were an escape, a second life, and it was all about immersion. Believe it or not, it's something that the market had to respond to.
Immersion isn't a concept born from the ingenuity of a marketing team. It's a natural response to the evolution of technology and its grip on our daily lives. From the very moment digital innovations began weaving into our routines, people instinctively sought to connect with digital content on the deepest, most meaningful levels. To an outsider, detached from the human experience, it might appear as though humanity was not just captivated by this new frontier, but profoundly obsessed.
And nowhere else has it been more obvious, more considered, designed, or refined than in the computer and video games industry. That's why I'm here at the Retro Collective today, The Cave, in Stroud, Gloucestershire, to see firsthand the beginnings of this obsession and to investigate immersive gaming for myself to see if we can build a timeline to the present and use that timeline to help us to predict the future. Through the limitations of graphics and a lack of memory, the extra depth delivered by the computer and video games industry was through unique extras known affectionately as feelies. These were physical objects packed in with most titles that gave the player the extra layers required in order to aid with the suspension of disbelief and the immersion so desperately desired by the market. I have fond memories of sitting on the bus after a week of back-breaking paper rounds, opening games like Ultima, Frontier Elite 2 and many more, reading the many novellas, short stories and gazing inquisitively at the maps. From the massive manuals that came with flight sims, to 3D glasses, ninja balaclavas and exotic board game video game hybrids, the desire to immerse the player into the digital worlds with these tangible objects is clear. None so more profound than with the pioneer of adventure roleplay simulations than the likes of Infocom and their sometimes hilarious and borderline ridiculous pack-ins.
You're looking at the next breakthrough for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System.
Then there were the peripherals, Nintendo being a pioneer of the reimagining of the fire button. Were these glorified gamepads or real tactical weapon simulators? I'll let you be the judge. Then we have to talk about virtual reality. The first wave of the technology was far less successful than the current resurgence.
So here we are going into virtual space, and here I want to show you a little application where we've got a car engine.
As with most VR systems, Waldron's uses stereoscopic images projected onto tiny screens inside the viewer's helmet. A powerful computer then generates the graphics and sounds needed to convince the viewer he's in another world.
Consoles like Nintendo Virtual Boy and bulky VR headsets from the 1980s, paired with rigs that would have cost tens of thousands of dollars even by today's standards.
This could help me to believe I'm in any number of three-dimensional worlds by putting me right in the middle of all sorts of interactive computer-generated adventures. Since the scenes don't really exist, programmers around the world experimenting with this concept call it virtual reality.
These were prime examples. Despite the steep price tags and the promise of full 360 immersion, the reality often fell short, delivering low frame rates, clunky visuals, and the occasional risk of whiplash. Those headsets were heavy.
Harry's going to read. Hi, Charlie. Take one. Action.
I've been with the Victory most of my career. I was communications officer on our maiden voyage.
I'll admit, sir, I wasn't looking forward to the assignment, but now that I see you have a pilot as fun.
Basically, where Wing Commander 1 and Wing Commander 2 had movie-like aspirations, I would say that Wing Commander 3 is a movie that you're the star in, and that you'll sit down, you'll put your CD-ROM in the computer and you'll play it, and you'll probably shake your head after the first 10 minutes and go, I'm playing a movie. Everyone talks about interactive movies and multimedia and all the rest of this stuff, and I think that no one's really sort of done anything that kind of defines it or makes a statement. And what Wing Commander 3 is really trying to be in is when someone says, what's an interactive movie? I can just hand them the CDs and say, hey, check this out, this is an interactive movie.
In the space of just 10 years, we had gone from interactive novels on screen through to full motion video, where the idea of interacting with the characters on your television set really sparked my interest. Whether it was being involved in the seemingly awkward love triangle in Wing Commander 3,
I can't cut the risk of getting involved with someone who might be on my wing. There's too much at stake.
to getting pats on the back by a very believable Jenny McCarthy.
The Empire and the Soviets are tough, but they've never dealt with a force like the two of us together.
Back in the early 90s, FMV had its golden age, fueled by the rise of CD-ROM technology. Developers shifted their focus from physical extras packaged in with games to investing in professional actors, and not just obscure faces, household names like Mark Hamill, Tim Curry, the guy from The Clockwork Orange, Gimli, and Biff! For a brief moment in the 90s, FMV looked like the future, blending cinema and gaming into a seamless experience. It seemed inevitable that this format would define the next era of gaming and our digital lives. But then, this game came along. If you've seen my previous videos where we created Doom maps using a quantum computer, you'll know that Doom is actually a pseudo 3D program. It's a trick of trigonometry, but even that still paved the way for a desire for real, authentic 3D environments. I'm talking polygons, ray tracing, texture mapping, full 360 environments for you to explore in. Experiences like Deus Ex, Half-Life, Bioshock, Halo, and many more revolutionized gaming. But even the immersive graphics and detailed maps of first-person shooters weren't enough.
Deep Slam.
We craved something more: open worlds. The idea that you could go anywhere, do anything, and explore at your own pace became the new standard. When paired with the most realistic graphics your Saturday job paycheck could afford, these games delivered deeply immersive experiences. Eventually, this evolved further, drawing players into shared experiences where the immersion deepened, allowing them to come together and build full-blown societies online. And these are just a few examples from the last 20 years. Even right now, millions of people are plugged into these massive online worlds. In my last video, we talked about corporate cities and the importance of creating rather than passively consuming. Something I believe that these MMOs are doing, which came out of an excellent point raised by a follower of my channel in a comment on that very video. Thank you for commenting. The essence of the comment hinted at how these experiences go beyond mere consumption, giving players the sense that they are actively creating within these worlds. I often think of Minecraft as a prime example, how brilliantly it teaches children about geology, crafting, metalwork, construction, and engineering. It makes me wonder, will those who are obsessed with Minecraft today take those pursuits into the real world tomorrow? I really hope so. Yes, it is socializing. Yes, it is creative, but it's also just sat on your backside.
In the remote and pristine mountains of South Korea, far away from the country's high-tech cities, teenage internet addicts come for a cure. 18-year-old Kyle Won's addiction is out of control. He spends 10 hours a day on the internet. Kyle was top of the class, but now he's dropped out of his final year of school.
Even as far back as the early 2010s, Nintendo recognized this issue and offered a solution.
You came to LA this week to peek into the future. But if all you want is next generation, you're in the wrong place.
Enter the Nintendo Wii! A true pioneer in bridging the gap between gaming and physical interaction, its success not only redefined how we engage with virtual worlds, but also paved the way for broader investment in motion-based technology. Without the Wii's groundbreaking achievements, it's unlikely companies like Facebook at the time would have been inspired to invest in devices like Oculus and push the boundaries of physical interaction into digital spaces.
All the rage apparently at the Consumer Electronics Show. CNN's Samuel Burke entered the virtual world, and he joins me now with the very latest. So Samuel, when I heard about this virtual reality headset, I thought, well, this technology has been out for a while now. What's special about this one?
It's been out for a while, but Oculus, which is owned by Facebook, is really the leader in this field. They have the highest quality equipment and the content to match it here. We were waiting to see a price, and we now know that the headset is going to cost $599, but forget that price, because you need a whole kit to go along with it, including a computer. That whole kit costs you $1,499. I asked the CEO of Oculus how he's going to compete at that price if Google has a cardboard headset for $5.
We really look at this as an entirely different category. This is high quality VR. This is VR for people that want a super immersive experience, that really want to feel that sense of presence, where you put on a headset, you wear it for an extended period of time, you're fully immersed, you feel great inside. That's something that's unique to the Rift.
And you've heard of a facelift, but last year when I put this on, it felt a little bit like a face droop, but now I feel it's so much lighter than before. Is that the biggest change here?
Yeah, we've really focused on the ergonomics and the weight of the headset, how comfortable it is when you put it on physically, and the experience inside. And so there's been a ton of improvements overall to the headset, and we really feel like this is consumer quality. This is the quality that we've been working towards for several years now.
The Oculus Rift became the Meta Quest, and Facebook became Meta, a company transfixed with not just taking gaming into the digital world, but taking everything into it. And of course, it isn't just the largest social media company on the planet trying to suck us into the Matrix, it's these guys as well. There has been some pushback against fully virtual environments, with reports of motion sickness, criticism of the lack of truly immersive experiences, and many people simply feeling that wearing a VR headset is a bit awkward. What? The natural response to these challenges has been the evolution of augmented reality. AR, unlike virtual reality, layers digital elements onto the real world, offering a more collaborative and less intrusive experience. But that hasn't stopped popular culture from being completely transfixed and getting absolutely obsessed and going full bonanza on creating virtual environments within the content that they're producing. We simply find entering, existing, and thriving within virtual worlds totally compelling.
And though they're virtual students, what they'll learn together is real. A surgeon will be able to practice as many times as needed in the metaverse. before laying her hands on a real patient. These students aren't really back in 32 BCE, but they can still watch Mark Antony debate in ancient Rome. The metaverse may be virtual, but the impact will be real.
Here are the top virtual worlds presented in literature, film, and TV from the last 30 years.
In 1982, Tron introduced audiences to the Grid, a dazzling digital universe where programs lived as unique entities and a rogue programmer, Kevin Flynn, was pulled into a high-stakes battle of gladiatorial games and virtual landscapes. Pioneering CGI and the radical idea of humans entering computer systems, Tron was ahead of its time. Though initially met with mixed reviews, it became a cult classic, inspiring the portrayal of digital worlds in media and paving the way for virtual reality storytelling. Tron wasn't just a film, it was a blueprint for the future of imagination and technology.
In 1984, William Gibson's Neuromancer introduced cyberspace, a revolutionary concept of an immersive digital realm where users navigate virtual environments through avatars. This visionary novel depicted a connected global network filled with data heists, AI, and sprawling virtual cities, laying the groundwork for how we imagine the internet and virtual reality today. Hailed as a cornerstone of cyberpunk, Neuromancer earned the Hugo, Nebula, and Philip K. Dick Awards, shaping both the genre and the evolution of real-world technology.
Introduced in 1987 on Star Trek: The Next Generation, the holodeck revolutionized virtual reality in science fiction. This fully immersive simulation chamber aboard Starfleet ships could recreate any environment or scenario with stunning realism, serving as a tool for training, recreation, and problem solving. With its unlimited customization and sensory immersion, the holodeck became an iconic symbol of VR's potential, inspiring real-world advancements and sparking debates about the ethics of such technology.
In 1992, Neil Stephenson's Snow Crash introduced the Metaverse, a richly detailed virtual world where users interact through avatars in a shared digital space. Combining virtual and physical realities, it featured virtual real estate, marketplaces, and immersive environments. Hugely influential, the novel shaped the concept of virtual worlds in fiction and inspired platforms like Second Life and modern VR, cementing the Metaverse as a cornerstone of digital culture.
Released in 1992, The Lawnmower Man explored the merging of virtual reality and intelligence augmentation as a scientist uses VR to enhance a gardener's mind. The film's immersive digital world becomes a stage for power and chaos as the lines between virtual and real blur. While receiving mixed reviews, it remains significant for its early depiction of neural interfaces in VR, shaping future portrayals of these technologies in media.
In 1999, David Cronenberg's X is Tense delved into a bio-virtual reality game where players connect through organic interfaces, blurring the boundaries between game and reality. As characters grapple with existential crises in a world indistinguishable from reality, the film explores the psychological and ethical implications of immersive technology. Though reviews were mixed, X is Tense stands out for its provocative take on virtual reality and its unsettling vision of gaming's potential impact.
In 1999, The Matrix redefined science fiction with its depiction of a dystopian future where humanity unknowingly exists within a meticulously crafted virtual reality controlled by intelligent machines. This immersive simulation, known as The Matrix, serves as both a prison for the human mind and a chilling commentary on reality and control. In contrast, the Construct, separate virtual environment within the same universe, functions as a flexible training ground for resistance fighters like Neo and Morpheus. It allows real-time skill downloads and scenario simulations, offering a stark counterpoint to the oppressive Matrix. While The Matrix captivated audiences with its philosophical depth and groundbreaking effects, The Construct highlighted the potential of virtual spaces for education and preparation, influencing real-world ideas of simulation-based training.
In 2002, Sword Art Online introduced audiences to Aincrad, a vast floating castle with 100 floors, each offering unique environments and challenges. Trapped within the game, players face high stakes, as death in the virtual world means death in reality. With its highly immersive VR technology allowing full sensory experiences, the series explores the psychological and ethical dilemmas of virtual worlds. Praised for its engaging story, Sword Art Online became a cultural phenomenon, influencing discussions about VR and online safety while cementing its place in anime and gaming history.
In 2011, Ernest Cline's Ready Player One introduced the Oasis, a sprawling virtual universe where billions of users escape a dystopian reality to explore, game, learn, and connect. With its immersive VR environments, user-generated content, and thriving economy, the Oasis blurs the line between virtual and real. The novel became a bestseller, praised for its nostalgic charm and imaginative world-building, while the 2018 film adaptation brought its vision of virtual reality to a wider audience, sparking conversations about the promises and dangers of such immersive platforms.
Since 2011, Black Mirror has explored the potential and perils of virtual and augmented realities through its anthology format. Episodes like San Junipero depict a fully immersive afterlife simulation. Renowned for its thought-provoking storytelling, the series critically examines technology's impact on society, offering unique and often unsettling visions of virtual worlds that challenge viewers to consider their ethical and emotional implications.
These virtual worlds from literature, film, and TV have not only captivated audiences, but have also shaped our understanding and expectations of real-world virtual environments. They explore the possibilities and pitfalls of immersive technologies, offering both inspiration and cautionary insights. As we continue to develop more sophisticated virtual worlds in gaming and beyond, these fictional portrayals remind us to consider the ethical, psychological, and societal implications of our creations. Understanding these functional virtual worlds helps us to appreciate the trajectory we're on and the responsibilities we hold as creators and consumers. As we build increasingly immersive and interconnected digital realms, the lessons from these stories become ever more relevant. And this brings me to the future. About 3 weeks ago, we had the CES in Las Vegas, and NVIDIA brought their groundbreaking technologies and products to the show. And boy, was it amazing.
Everyone, today we're announcing our next generation, the RTX Blackwell family. Let's take a look. Our brand new GeForce RTX 50 series Blackwell architecture. The GPU is just a beast. 4090 performance at 549.
The RTX 50 series GPUs are NVIDIA's latest powerhouse, boasting upgraded AI technology that introduces multi-frame generation. This means even more realistic and detailed graphics, pushing the boundaries of visual immersion in games. These new GPUs elevate gaming visuals to unprecedented levels, allowing for more immersive and visually stunning experiences. Imagine games where every detail feels tangible, making virtual worlds more captivating than ever before. NVIDIA Cosmos is an AI model trained on massive amounts of video data, enabling developers to generate realistic simulations and synthetic data for training AI within virtual worlds. This platform allows for the creation of incredibly detailed and dynamic environments that react to user actions in lifelike ways. Cosmos is a game changer for creating believable virtual worlds. Developers can now build environments that are not only visually stunning, but also intelligent and responsive, making interactions within these worlds feel truly natural. Project Digits is NVIDIA's personal AI supercomputer, allowing developers and individuals to run advanced AI models locally. This means that you can create your own personalized virtual worlds or AI companions within those worlds without even relying on cloud-based services. With Project Digits, the power to create and customize virtual worlds is now in the hands of individuals and developers alike. This evens the creation process, allowing for a diverse range of virtual experiences tailored to personal and creative needs. But here's where it gets really interesting for gamers. Omniverse allows developers to create incredibly realistic physics-based simulations. This means that virtual worlds can feel more real, with objects behaving as they would in the real world. These physics-based simulations enhance the immersive experience, making virtual interactions feel genuine and tangible. It elevates the quality of virtual worlds, making them more engaging and believable for the user. And get this, they're even using Omniverse to train robots inside a simulation. It's so insane. If you haven't bought NVIDIA stock, you should.
James Bradley of the Civitas Universe is not a financial advisor.
These robots can learn to walk, grasp objects, and even interact with humans, all within a virtual world. Training robots within virtual environments accelerates their learning and adaptation process, making them more efficient and effective in real-world applications. This showcases the versatility and power of Omniverse beyond gaming, extended into robotics and AI development. Now think about what this means for gaming on the whole. Imagine NPCs with real AI-driven wants, desires, and needs, all based within the world of the game. You could interact with characters locally using your project digits and actually have relationships with these things. It's going to be crazy. Not just a matrix for all, but a personal, tailored matrix for you. This is the kind of technology that will blur the lines between real and virtual, creating experiences that are more immersive than ever before. Games will not only be visually stunning, but also deeply interactive and responsive, providing a truly next-level gaming experience. So why are we obsessed with immersion? What is it that's driving us forward towards this idea of entering the machine and going into the virtual space? Escapism has been a huge part of human nature. From ancient myths to novels, movies, and games, we've sought stories that transport us. But modern life has amplified that desire. Think about it. We live in a world of constant stress. Climate anxiety, economic instabilities, the pressures of social media, all of it makes the idea of escape really appealing. Immersive experiences offer us a reprieve, a place where we can just forget the chaos and feel that we're in control. This is where gaming shines. Unlike movies or books, games let us become the hero. Immersion isn't just about visuals, it's about agency. It's about feeling like we matter in a world that often feels overwhelming. As we continue to build and engage with these digital realms, it's essential to remain mindful of the ethical, psychological, and societal implications they bring. Let's navigate this brave new world with both excitement and caution, ensuring that our creations enhance our human experience without compromising our values or well-being. Because once that's lost, the acidic clouds of the dystopian will rain down on the rusted umbrellas of our future megacities. And we know where that leads us, don't we?
You maniacs! You blew it up!
If you like this content and you want to enforce, challenge, or obliterate my observations, please do so in the comments below. Also, if you know of anyone that would really enjoy the kind of stuff that I'm making, please do share my videos. It's the only way that I'm going to get around. It looks like the YouTube algorithm is just not helping me whatsoever at the moment. So yeah, that would be great. Give it a share, give it a like. I am really keen on building a community of cyberpunkers, deep thinkers, and mad dudes like me. So yeah, like, subscribe, tickle that bell button, and I'll see you on the next video. Cheers. Cool. All done. Yeah, definitely done. That was cool. I enjoyed that one. Woohoo!
Warning, banned location override. Talon Series system compromised.